incarnations, because they get rooted and then they build and they compound and they anchor and then they become a part of you that, gets bigger and bigger, and it becomes a bigger piece of you. So sometimes when you go back to a past life that you're like, nothing's happening here, something has happened. There's a statement, there's a belief system, there's some little minute piece of that past life that has become a big wall in your present incarnation. So yes, if they're boring, still go through them. If you're like, I don't get it, go through them and pay attention to the thought patterns of that version of you, the belief systems of that version of you, the experiences of that version of you. And when you go through your screening process, your letting go process, sometimes it's just putting it in, one thing you can do is put everything negative from that past life in a suitcase and send it to the light, or give it to the fire, the earth, the wind, the water, the ether, source, creators, universe, however you feel drawn, and release it from you fully, completely, knowing that as you release that, you have let it go and that it's no longer a part of you and you are no longer a part of it. It has become an experience that you had that you can draw is insight and wisdom from. So and that is a big statement. What of this past life can I draw wisdom and insight from? Because when you can ask that question, you begin to see that past life in a very different point of view. So that's another trick when you're doing your own work, is what insight and wisdom can you gain from this past life to help you move forward in the very best way, to help you in the best way. And the other question is, when you get to that past life, what was the purpose of that life for you? This can be the ultimate question. And sometimes we get it right away and sometimes we don't. A lot of times we do, but if you don't, it's okay. It'll come to you. When you get to the end of that past life and you're ready to walk through your second door back into this present incarnation, this physical body, this physical space, this physical reality, what was the purpose of that life for you? And did you learn the lesson? That can complete that life right then and there for you. Once you understand that you don't have to redo the purpose that you are, because sometimes that's all it is that we reactivated that purpose and that purpose has been complete. That lesson has been learned, but somehow we in this life had an emotional component that is tied to that purpose. And then we start redoing, reoccurring cycles and patterns come back into the incarnation that don't need to be reoccurring, or cycles and patterns that we're going through. So that's